Hello, all of you. Here we begin with the second class for return of income, right? Return of income we have completed yesterday, first part with lot of depth in loss return and in the belated return, how last due date is now December 23. So any doubt in yesterday's class? Today's class is more important because I am adding on right now the amendment part in the return of income, that is your updated return. Updated return is very important for the upcoming exam. In Inter also they have added in return of income for your final also, and definitely they can ask you some small questions. First you digest this concept, and uh, then when we practice all the mock questions and all the RTPs and all, I'll take some examples also for that. Okay. So let us begin now with the second part of return of income. And with return of income, I am revising the topic that is called as PAN. So actually in final, much detail they have not given for PAN in your syllabus, but these two topics are too much linked. And I hope you all are aware. Today is the year ending March 23, and just yesterday the notification came. What is that notification? PAN and Aadhaar linking date. Now they have made it till 30th of June. So all that details also they can ask. How they are going to ask the question, I will share. Whenever I'm teaching, I'm making you write. This is important for MCQ. This can come in short note. This they can convert it into a case and give you. So note down those questions also so that you get the mindset how it is asked. And I'm always trying my best to take it from the inter level. जहां इंटर में छोड़े से वहीं से लिंक करके ही पढ़ेंगे. But somewhere if you feel I have skipped or I'm using the terms which are not clear, please ask me. So here I am sharing the screen right now for return of income. We have done till yesterday. I'm just scrolling up. If you have any doubt, you ask. I've made you write lot of examples. Companies and firms mandatorily should file the return. All the other assessees, if their total income before the exemption is above the basic exemption, that is, you can say gross total income. After gross total income and ATC to ATU deduction, my income may be 1 lakh. But if the gross total income was 5 lakhs, so before availing deductions, 54 exemptions, capital gain, Section 10AA exemption, export turnover wala. If your income exceeds basic exemption, you need to file return. If you are beneficial owner of any assets outside India, or you are having signing authority, irrespective of your what do you say, income, you need to file the return. Or you are the beneficiary. You are not the beneficial owner. Beneficial owner is your dadaji, but he has made a will in such a way that you are the beneficiary and all the income is coming to you. You are liable to file the return. And did you get one thing in yesterday's class? Filing of return has got nothing to do with the payment of tax. Ma'am, my case, the tax is nil. Still, if you are paying electricity bill above 1 lakh and all these conditions, you are liable to file the return. Nil return file karo. Nil return is also a return. If you deposit more than 1 crore rupees in one or more of your current accounts, right? Or if your electricity bill, one or more of your current accounts, if your electricity bill is above 1 lakh, or foreign travel for yourself and family members is above 2 lakh. This year they have added more 4 conditions in Rule 12AB, which says if your turnover exceeds 60 lakhs, forget about your taxable income, you need to file the return. If your gross receipts exceed 10 lakhs, if your TDS TCS exceeds 25,000, in case of senior citizen 50,000, in saving account you are depositing 50 lakhs or more, you need to file the return of income. Okay. Senior citizen, I have given you a lot of reasoning also. And with this we have revised. Pension income is taxable in salary. Family pension is taxable in income from other sources. And in case of pension, you also get standard deduction. So senior citizen above 75 years and above is just getting pension income and interest income in the same bank. He will give all the details to the bank, and bank will file his return and pay all the tax in the form of DTS. Okay. Due date of filing the return for all the SSE is July. In case of tax audit, report is to be filed by September. But in case of tax audit and related partners, can file the return till October. If you have international transactions, transfer pricing and all, then 30th of November. Related, this one is an important amendment from this year. If you file the return late, you need to pay interest. Along with interest, you need to pay fee. Fee is a disguised name they have given for penalty only. I mean, say punishment, no? It's like fee you need to pay. If your income does not exceed 5 lakh, then 1,000. If it exceeds 5 lakh, then 5,000. Is my speed fine? Are you all revising with me? See, I am making 100% sure that you all will clear the exam with very good marks in tax. It's a promise. That's why few things are repeated so many times so that you understand. And as a teacher, I'll make you learn and go from here. But having said all this, with this, you need to do your institute's material. Just overgo it. Some questions are there at the bank. MCQs are there for every topic. Start solving it. Okay? Right. Loss written is very important, especially all these points. That if loss is because your case is in the judgment is going on and the judgment came late, that's why you're filing the return late. Okay, it is allowed. And when you file a loss return, unabsorbed depreciation and house property loss can be carried forward even if you file loss return late. But all other losses will lapse if you don't file your loss return on time. Even if you file your return late, losses can be set off. Carry forward nahi kar sakte hum. And suppose the year when you incurred the loss, you file the return on time. But this year when you're trying to set off, you're filing it late. Can you still set off the loss? Answer is yes. Okay? Right. Belated return for 31st March 23 of financial year is 22 and 23. You can file till December 23. If you file late return, you have to pay late fees. You have to pay 234A interest. Losses cannot be carried forward and you cannot avail ATC to ATU deductions. Generally, many. Revised return is if there is a mistake in original return, you can file revised return. Okay. For the financial year 20 to 23, assessment year 23, this is December 23. Please change the date. Assessment year khatam hoga uske baad nahi. Till the assessment year, it is December 23. Clear to all of you? Okay, revised return se kya hoga? And then all trust, political party, they all need to file the return. I was emphasizing a lot yesterday on these kind of questions, what we have solved. I hope they are clear. You all followed all the questions, and last we ended the class at defective return. Return will be treated as defective if all these details are not submitted. Okay? Right. Chalo, now listen all of you. I want some messages from all of you. If everything is clear, then we are starting now with updated return. It's being recently added and very, very important topic. Any doubt anywhere anyone is having? If not, then we will start with updated return. Clear? Chalo, let us quickly do this updated return. I will explain the meaning on my own first. It's a new concept. started from this financial year, and surely you are expected to get a question on this. 1 second. Huh? I have to open the journal. Screen sharing. I will do. Second. Yes. First, understand the concept so that if they ask you, you can solve. First of all, this is nothing to write. I think this is all explanatory. If you still want to write or take a screenshot, ask me. I'll give you time. This is all latest amendment added from this financial year, that is financial year 20 to 23. And it has said that we have added one more section to it. All your return filing is 139, 1, 3, 4 and 5. Belated return and all. So this is section 139.8a. And this talks about updated return. I told you, ITR forms are there, Saral, Sugam and all. So ITR-U form is there to file the updated return. Which form? ITR-U. Now, what is this concept of updated return? Just look at the screen. What is your financial year? 22-23. What is the due date of filing the return? Generally, July 23. Okay, for tax audit October 23, for transfer pricing November, but just generally is my due date of filing the return is July 23. If I miss this date, can I file belated return, lost return, belated return and revised return, all? Or if there's some mistake, I file the return on time. Well, July kya, I have to file my return in June 23 only. But if there is a mistake, can I file revised return, belated return and all? Yes. For all of it, the due date is 31st December 2023, along with late fees, along with 234A interest. Okay. Now listen what it is saying. This time limit till last year was 1 year from the end of the previous year. That was end of the assessment year tak. But now the assessment year is, previous year is 20 to 23. Assessment year is 23-24. It is ending on March 2024, which is not allowed. March 2024 is not allowed. So belated return you can file only till December 2023. Clear? Or late return. Now suppose after this date is over, that is April 24 or June 24, I realize ki, oh, now I want to change something in my return. So earlier there was no case. What is your financial year? 20 to 23. Where is it ending? March 23. What is your due date of filing the return? July 23. Late mein late, December 23, bye-bye. You cannot file your return beyond that time. Now what will happen if you cannot file the return beyond December 23? Okay. Then what we have option they have started with is, from this financial year, they started with the concept of updated return. They said whether you have filed original return 139.1 or belated return 139.4 or revised return 139.5 or no return. You didn't file the return only. Still you can file updated return And the beautiful part, the time limit for filing the updated return is 2 years from the end of assessment year, not the previous year, from the end of assessment year. So say assessment year is 21 and 20, 20 and 21. Let us take this year. Previous year क्या है 1920. Assessment year क्या है 20 and 21. And I filed my return for 20 and 21. Okay, I have completed filing my return for 20 and 21. Now if I want to change the return and all, I can do it as per the new rule December 20. Your financial year is 1920. Due date of filing the return is July 20 in 2021 assessment year till December 20. But right now they say plus 2 years till 22 23 assessment year. Are you all with me? Assessment year 22 23 tak you can file updated return. Now you say, ma'am, this is so super cool. This is so super cool. ये तो बहुत अच्छा है. We can file updated return, no problem. Who will bother to file the return in December? Now the due date is March 23 is over. July नहीं किया तो December. December नहीं हुआ तो 2 years are there. For this financial year 22-23, what is the assessment year? 23-24. End of the assessment year 24, वहां से 2 years. March 26 तक आराम से I will file the updated return. What they will charge interest? No. 234A I will pay. अच्छा, they will charge 234F late fee 5,000 rupees. I'll pay. People will be lenient. Now this provision is, we should not use that word. It's the latest amendment. Exam के लिए बहुत important है. This provision is useless from the point of view of the SSC. It is all win-win from the point of view of the government. Government has put all, we call it jal, पूरे restriction लगा दिए. In updated return, you cannot claim a refund. Ma'am, by mistake, I didn't take ATC, PPF. Now I want to claim ATC. Oh, 21-22 ka return. I didn't claim ATC. I want to claim ATC. I want to file. Are you comfortable if I am explaining orally? Just to fit the concept in your mind. Of course, all notes you all are having and I got all messages you all have received the material. So I will be checking up from the material. पढ़ेंगे. But concept यहाँ तक clear है. I hope I'm not going fast. All clear or not? Until now. Now, who can file updated return? Any SSC condition. Updated return में you cannot show losses. You cannot ask for refund. You cannot reduce your income. Ma'am, then why would I file updated return? It's like, one, what do you say? They come up with, when Chidambaram was the finance minister, no? He came up with a scheme called as VDS, Voluntary Disclosure Scheme. Chalo, you have black money, you have not paid the tax, you have not filed the return, 30% tax, 15% penalty, 45% pay the tax and we will not bother. You remember before Notebandi also such kind of scheme came. Notebandi, I mean say that all came in 2018, November. So from in June 2018, they came up with a scheme. Okay, if you have Benami properties, if you have cash, if you have black money, if you have anything which you have not disclosed, disclose, pay the tax 45% and we will not ask you the source from where you have got. So these kind of schemes are coming. That's what this is. Updated return may, if I have shown less income, increase the income, on additional income, pay the tax, file the return. Another, in updated return, earlier I have shown losses, 5 lakh rupees. But now I feel no, wrongly I have taken the loss. Instead of 5 lakh loss, there is 1 lakh income. So actually the income is 6 lakhs. 5 lakh loss था, जो गलत था, गलत तरीके से लिया था. Now I want to show 6 lakh as income. Can I show that? Yes. So in a way, updated return is to be filed only when you have to increase your income or decrease your losses. You cannot show losses. You cannot claim refund. You cannot reduce your income in updated return. Okay. So this is in short last chance. Yesterday I said in half page ad was there in the paper that updated return for assessment year 21-22. The last date is 31st March 24. Change your return, file the updated return, pay the tax. We will not ask you. Acha, if I don't do this, ma'am, kya hoga? When the black money is caught up, what is the tax you are liable to pay? Can anyone say? I did it in the basics topic with cash credit में amendment जो है वो भी पढ़ाया था आपको. And coming Sunday you all are writing exam for basics AMT 115 BAC. Yes. Can anyone say? If I don't go for this scheme, I have hoarded black money, but मेरे को नहीं करना है updated return. Updated return, no one can force you. Yes. Listen, your queries, if you have not filed the return earlier, still can you file directly updated return? You didn't file the return. They gave you notice 142(1) में file करो, फिर भी नहीं किया, कुछ नहीं किया. Now can you directly file the updated return? Original return is not there. Answer is yes. You can. But promise is what? Increase income, pay more tax. No refund, no decreasing the this all matlab. Benefit of SSC is not there. If you don't go for updated return, whenever you are caught up, cash, credit, unexplained investments, these are taxable at 78% flat. 78% flat. तो उससे तो ये कम ही टैक्स है. So people might go for the updated return. Okay. And more conditions they have put up for the updated return is excuse me. For updated return, some more conditions are, suppose under section 132 raid is going on, search. Arey, वैसे ही search में I'm going to be caught up. I might end up paying 78% tax. No, I don't want to. Let us go for update. You can't. If raid case is going, you cannot go for this. If survey is going on, 133B or whatever, survey is going on, you cannot file updated return for that period. If there is raid at my sister concern, my brother's firm or my best friend's firm, and in which my assets and other things are also disclosed, then I cannot go for updated return. If I am already caught up in other act like Money Laundering Act, Black Money Act, Smugglers Others Act are there, wherein I am doing some tax evasion, tax ki chori kar rahe and I am caught up, I cannot file updated return. Okay. Now, ma'am, but this is wrong. No, first we have not shown the correct income in 21-22 and now we want to file updated return. Will I be liable to pay tax on the added income? Yes. Interest on the added income? Yes. Fee on the added income? Yes. And additional tax. I guess this is the first year, so they might ask you the question on additional tax, how much you have to pay on the updated return. I will show it to all of you with figures. So this is all detailed. Any doubt anywhere in your mind? Who will file, how they will file? ITRU is the form number. Let us check the details here. Who can file the updated return? Any person, whether or not he has furnished a return. Okay. So whether he has not furnished the return, no problem. Or if he has furnished the return, still no problem. He may go and file updated return for previous year relevant to assessment year as prescribed. Time limit for filing is 24 months from the end of the assessment year. So for financial year or previous year 22-23, assessment year is 23-24 plus 2 years. end of the assessment year, say 2 years, March 26 tak, you can file updated return. So 1 star mark you put it here. They can ask you question. Okay, this is the case. An updated return can be filed in MCQs. They will give you 4 options till when you can file the updated return. Non-applicability. An updated return cannot be filed if the updated return is a return of loss. Okay, are you all getting what I'm saying? An updated return cannot be filed if the updated return is a return of loss. You cannot file a loss return or has the effect of decreasing the tax liability. Huh? Earlier you have shown 8 lakhs income. Now you want to change and file updated return 3 lakh income. So you are reducing the income. Indirectly you want to claim a refund. Or it results in refund. Or it results in increasing the refund. You want to claim a loss? No. You want to get a refund? No. You want to increase the refund? No. You want to decrease the tax liability? No. You're not allowed to file updated return. That's why I said it is lopsided in all departments side. A person shall not be eligible to furnish an updated return where a search is initiated and his books of accounts and assets are requisitioned. Search chal raha hai, raid. Survey has been conducted under 133A and all. Or notice has been issued for any money, bullion, jewelry or article or thing in survey and search in case of any other person. There's no raid or survey at my place, but there is a raid at my neighbor's house and there it is recorded that some jewelry, some gold they are having is mine. Then I also cannot file updated return. Or a notice has been issued with effect that books of accounts seized in case of other person pertain or pertains information contained to related person. So यहाँ पे notice they have given. Okay. For assessment year relevant to previous year in which search is initiated or service condition is made any assessment year preceding such assessment year. Okay. Now what is this is if such search is going on and in that they are checking up the papers say of 20 and 21. ठीक है 20 and 21 का चल रहा है ना मैं 21 और 22 का updated return भरूं क्या? Answer is no. Followed and through updated return there's one nice example also I'll share. पहले ये कर लो. Who cannot do updated return? When there is a raid, when there is a survey, or when there is a raid and survey at other persons where assets are belonging or notice is received for me. ठीक है? No updated return shall be furnished by any person for the assessment year where updated return has already been furnished by him. If you have already, this is not a routine return कि you can do revised return. Updated return done once for all over. Or any proceeding for assessment or reassessment are pending. Your case is pending with commissioner appeals or tribunal, or you have received a notice or something is going on. Assessing officer has information in respect of such person for relevant assessment year in his possession under the Smugglers or Foreign Exchange Manipulators Act, Prohibition of Benami Property Act, Money Laundering Act, Black Money Imposition. This is there in your syllabus. ये सब नहीं है. But these are the act where you are doing wrong things and now just in the disguise कि चलो updated return file करके कैसे तो सुधार लेते हैं. You are not allowed. ठीक है? Information for relevant assessment year has been received under act under an agreement referred to in 90A 90A in respect of such person and same has been communicated to him prior to the date of furnishing the return under this section. So some transfer pricing cases, some information has gone. 9090 is DTA, you have paid some tax and you want to avail some relief. And the same has been communicated to him prior to the date of furnishing the return. So in all these cases, you cannot file an updated return. What are the cases? Once again, raid is going on, survey is going on 133A, raid or survey is going other person where assets belonging to such person and all are caught up, or notice is received that some raid and all is there at other person, but information regarding you also is disclosed, or updated return you have already filed, you can't file again, or some assessment procedure is going on, or you are caught up on in all these wrong acts, or some information has been received under the 90 or 90 agreement is DTA, double taxation avoidance agreement, and same has been communicated prior to date of furnishing. So these are the cases wherein you cannot go for updated return, or any prosecution proceeding has been initiated for the relevant assessment year in respect of such person prior to date of furnishing, or if he is a person or person belonging to such class as may be notified. Now, for loss return, can you go for updated return? Answer is yes, but you have to decrease the loss. Agar loss 3 lakh tha, and now you want to file the updated return and you want to make it as 1 lakh. So obviously you are increasing the income by 2 lakh, no? Can you file updated return? Answer is yes. There's a twist here. Take a pause and listen to me carefully. Your loss was 3 lakh rupees in the previous year 21-22. Now in updated return, that is any time up to 2 years you can file. It's not कि 2 years के end में ही file करना, कभी भी कर सकते हो. So 21-22 assessment year is 23 22-23. So say March 23, I decided to file the updated return and reduce the loss. Okay. So when I'm filing the return, say 31st July 23. Now because this loss I have changed, this loss is having indirect impact on the previous year 22-23 return also. 23-24. So in between, if some returns you have filed where you have taken the benefit of set off of 3 lakh and now 3 lakh loss is not there. So if you change this year's return and file updated return for 21 and 22, do you have to revise the next return also where they have set off this loss? Answer is yes. I'll revise this concept. 2 seconds. पहले आप देखो उसको. I'm here only. थोड़ा in depth है. I will revise loss return whole concept. This topic is very easy. The running notes which I have written, you want to write or you followed this concept? Of course, with this, we will complete this topic with more questions to be solved for PAN. PAN may be a amendment. I will discuss immediately after this. Okay. Yeah, put some message. All clear or not until now? Loss return is also clear or not clear? Clear. Of course, still I am going to revise once. Listen, for loss return, can I file updated return? Answer is yes, but provided you are reducing the loss. Now there was a loss of 3 lakh business loss in financial year 21-22. I am revising it in 23-24. Updated return I am filing. And I am trying to reduce the loss. But in the very next year 22-23 only I have set off the loss. So if I say ये loss ही नहीं है, तो ये loss का set off भी नहीं है. So in between years also you need to file updated return invariably. Are you getting? Read this. If loss or any part thereof is carry forward or unabsorbed depreciation carry forward or tax credit. You all know tax credit is there in MAT, in AMT and all. And if it is carry forward, it is to be reduced for any subsequent previous year as a result of furnishing updated return. An updated return shall be furnished for each such year. In financial year 21-22, I said AMT credit is 10 rupees, rupees 10. Now I want to revise in financial year 23-24. I am saying no, AMT credit is 1 rupee. But because I have taken 10 rupee credit the very next year, 21-22 ke baad next year was 22-23. There I have already set off this and I filed the return. So now this is only not there. So do I need to file the return for the next 2 years also? Answer is yes. That's all about the concept. This can be asked in your MCQs. Mark it very important. Second part. Already I have marked this as important. Time limit. 2 years from the end of the previous year, 2 years from the end of the assessment year. If any loss has been sustained and has furnished and verified prescribed manner and containing particulars, he shall be allowed to furnish an updated return where such updated return is a return of income. So in case of loss also you can file updated return. But the detail for this is that for this updated return, what you need to do? Yes, for this updated return in between years also. Now, updated return is to be accompanied by proof of tax under 140B. Otherwise, it is treated as a defective return in 139(9). Mark it for MCQs. You know, when you file your return in 139(1), whatever is the tax, you have to pay it as self-assessment tax under section 140A. Yaad hai sabko? Self-assessment tax which you file. You have already paid advance tax in March, but thoda sa tax which is left out, you pay it with filing of return. Same way, if you are filing updated return 139(8)A, you should pay the tax which is due under 140B. If not, it will be treated as a defective return. Clear? Chalo. Now, what is this tax? 140A is tax. What you pay at the time of filing the return. You've already paid advance tax, but left out you pay at the time of filing the return along with interest and fee. Same as 140B. Tax on updated return. I want all of you to write this. This is nice comparative. 139(1) along with 140A, 139(8)A along with 140B. Ye likh lo. In the textbook, whatever I write now, try to do 3D, 5D makeup of your this book. The more you write it, more clarity you will get. And tax on updated return will have tax plus interest plus fee. Which fee? 234F. And which interest? 234A, B, C. Sab lagega. Delay in installment 234C. Overall 90% tax not paid 234B. Delay in filing the return 234A. In the inter-revision videos which I have provided, one half an hour video is there just on the due dates of advance tax and interest calculation. You should read that, and interest is there in final also, so we will do. See, it's not that final is difficult, but you need lot of revision. Now you are in CMA final. The way you take it, it has to be a very broad way. Clear? What do you mean by tax on updated return? Tax plus interest. Because the tax which you had to pay in 22, you are paying now in 24. Plus fee. That is 234F fees. अगर टोटल इनकम आपका 5 लाख तक है तो 1000, अबव 5 लाख है तो 5000, 234 FTs. Where SSC has not furnished return earlier, where no return is filed, then on the basis of updated return, tax has to be paid after taking into account amount already paid as advance tax. Ma'am, I didn't file my return in 22 March. ड्यू डेट भी गया, बिलेटेड रिटर्न भी गया, December 22 भी गया, and in spite of department giving me notice also, I didn't file the return. Now I'm filing updated return, and my tax plus interest is coming, say the tax is coming as 10,000. I'm just writing the random figure. Interest is coming as 5,000. लेट फी जो हम पे कर रहे हैं ना वो भी 5,000 है, तो माय टैक्स राइट नाउ इज कमिंग टू 20,000. बट मैम आई हैव ऑलरेडी पेड 3,000 एज एडवांस टैक्स. कैन आई डिडक्ट? यस. Someone has deducted TDS TCS 1,000. Can I deduct? Yes. Relief under section 89. All of you know what is relief under section 89? Anyone in the class? Relief under section 89. When do you get relief under section 89(1)? Arrears of salary. Earlier years, increased salary, all I have received now. Had I received in those years, I would have paid less tax. But because 3 years arrears, suddenly I got. Today in interclass, I said arrears of rent. Whenever arrears of rent is received, it is taxable in income from house property, irrespective of you are the owner of the property, with 30% standard deduction. Arrears of rent, unrealized rent. Right. So please write over here, this is arrears of salary. So arrears of salary का अगर कोई relief मिलेगा tax में, can I claim it? Yes. Relief under 90 and 91 for tax paid in other country. Proportionate relief, DT, AA and all. Is it allowed? Yes. Relief under section 90A on account of specified territory and all. Is it allowed? Yes. Any tax credit to be claimed in accordance with 100, and this is like MAT credit, AMT credit and all. So can we claim? Yes. What do these points mean? They have a very simple meaning. Listen, all of you. In updated return, I need to pay tax. I need to pay interest because ये return to 22 का, now it is 24, so 234 ABC all. I need to pay tax, I need to pay interest, I need to pay late fees because I am filing return late. But in all this, can I reduce if I have already paid some advance tax or some TDS, or if some relief is there, or I have already paid tax in other countries like that, can I reduce? Yes. That's what is updated tax. Clear? Where SSC has already furnished the return. If you have already furnished the return, then after taking into account amount of relief, and so then the return of income has been furnished and tax is payable on basis of updated return after taking into account same. Any tax which you have already paid, TDS, TCS, 90 or 91, that is your DTA relief, relief under 90A, if you are in specified area, notified jurisdictional areas are there. And if any MAT credit, AMT credit, still you can set off. As increased by amount of refund, if any. So after taking into account this, and if you have received any refund, that refund you have to pay back. So that will also become your tax payment. SSC shall be liable to pay tax together with interest or delay in payment of advance tax with payment of additional tax as reduced by amount of interest paid earlier before furnishing the return, and return shall be accompanied by proof of the tax interest. If you have already paid some tax, interest and all earlier, even fee. Right now for updated return, 5,000 fees there. But ma'am, earlier also I filed the return late. So I've already paid 5,000 fees. Shall I pay again? Answer is no. 234F fee is to be payable only once. So if you want, write down 234F fee if paid earlier when you filed your routine return. Not required, write down, not required to be paid with updated return. बोलो क्लियर है? Is the logic clear? Already 234 fees you have paid earlier. That time also you filed the return late. Now you are filing updated return. So do you need to pay again? Answer is no. So today's, see, earlier income was 6 lakh. On that tax, interest, all. Now your income is increased to 16 lakhs. So on that tax, interest, all. So can I set off this tax interest which I have already paid? Answer is yes. Now, how much additional tax you need to pay? If return is furnished, star mark this says very, very important. I feel two topics are important for upcoming exam. One I will take with TDS. In fact, I feel TDS is a topic you should attend all the classes with inter students. TDS, abhi last exam mein they CMA final exam they've asked for 8 marks. Whereas if you see your study material, nowhere it is there TDS. And TDS, so many amendments are there, 194R and Q and P, and they recently they have added that incentive TCS also. So this topic I feel you should do very thoroughly. If the return is furnished after the expiry of time available under 139(4) and 5, belated return sub December 23 khatam ho gaya, and before the completion of 12 months from the end of the assessment year, then 25% of the aggregate tax plus surcharge plus cess and interest. I'll make you write in notebook because I'm feeling question they'll ask. But understand this and tell me is it clear or not. Within 12 months. See, within 2 years from the end of relevant assessment year, you have to file the return. So within 12 months from the end of relevant assessment year, then 25%. And if such return is furnished after the expiry of 12 months, but before the expiry of 24 months, 50% of the tax, surcharge, cess and interest, whatever is calculated, on that 50% you have to pay additional income tax, because it's like a punishment. When your income was 5 lakh, why did you to show 3 lakh? So now on increased income, okay, that time I showed 3 lakh, now I'm showing 5 lakh. I'm ready to pay tax interest fee. No, it's not enough. You have tried to evade tax. So along with the tax interest fee and all, when I say tax surcharge, he says sub and fee, you need to pay additional tax 25%. Okay? If you file the return in the relevant assessment year, 50% if you file the return after 12 months but before the completion. Now how this is done, let us check this. Clear or not? Unless updated return is not clear, I'll not go to the PAN card. PAN card also some amendments are there. We are doing it now. One second. I'll tell you how to do it. Yeah. Look at the screen. I'm just giving one example. Say your previous year is 22-23. Assessment year is 23-24. Now, updated return, whether you have filed the original return or not, updated return you can file This is like 23, 24, no? So updated return you can file from end of the assessment year, 2 years. 2 years from the end of the assessment year. 2 years plus 31st March 2024. So you can file till assessment year 25, 26. पहले ये dates clear है. What is your financial year 22, 23? Assessment year 23, 24. वैसे भी you had time till December 2023. Yeah? Last date to file the belated return. Revised return is December 23. It's over. Now you can file updated return from end of the assessment year. That is March 24 to 2 years. So in short, 31st March 2026. If answer, this is all data I am writing. If updated return filed within 12 months from assessment year 23-24, मतलब assessment year 24-25 तक file कर लिया, then what is the additional tax you have to pay? 25%. You want to write, then message me, or if it is clear, your wish. Watching it as a recording, then pause the video, take down the screen and then move ahead. Second, this is number one. Number two, if updated return is filed within 24 months, 12 months में file नहीं किए. So what was your assessment year 23-24? तो assessment year 24-25 तक file कर दिया तो 25%. If you file it by assessment year 25-26, 2 years, then how much is the additional tax you are ending up paying? 50%. Clear or not? And on what? Additional tax on tax plus surcharge plus cess. ये तो clear है ना? On tax you have to calculate surcharge on tax plus surcharge cess. ये तो है. Plus interest on this whole additional tax you have to pay. In updated return, what is the extra tax plus surcharge plus cess plus interest you are paying? On that you need to pay additional tax. Clear to all of you? Now, additional tax 25% or 15%. Then very important note, I want all of you to write. I think better you write it so that if they give this in the form of case he has filed the return, he is asking you till what time he can file updated return and all, you should be able to write. Additional tax not payable. Additional tax is not payable on late fee. What is late fee? 234F. 2 minutes time given, I am here only, and write down this. ये लिखो. Better you all write this. Yeah, if you finished writing, I'm scrolling up so that the lower part also you write. Okay. Confused or clear? Additional tax you have to pay 25% if you file your updated return within 12 months from the end of assessment year. Otherwise 50%. But 25% on what? On tax plus interest. On interest also you have to pay additional tax. Ma'am, what about late fee? No. On to excuse me. 234F fees, you don't have to pay that tax. That's all for updated return. So that's all about the updated return. The gist is clear. This is just like an amnesty scheme. You know, government keep on giving these amnesty scheme or voluntary disclosure scheme ki chalo, okay, you have some black money and all, you have not filed the return. So file it, finish it off like that. Okay. So that's all for this topic. Let us begin now with the PAN and other details about PAN and super duper scoring topic. I'll go little fast because frankly this you have done in inter also, but stressing on the way they are asking the questions in exam. Okay. Now the second part of return of income. See, when I did return of income yesterday for loss return, concept question, belated return, concept question, trust concept question. Here, this part I'm not able to give you any questions now for PAN and what I'm doing right now because it's like hot favorite for MCQs. Every exam in MCQ, they will ask the question, who is going to sign the return? Or if it is online return and every time digital signature is not necessary. So who is going to verify return? This they will ask in the MCQs. So let us see now regarding this. Return by whom to be signed. Updated return, if I get more practical questions, I'll definitely discuss with all of you. So return by whom to be signed. In case of individual, who will sign the return? He himself. But if he is absent from India or mentally incapacitated or for any other reason he's not well or whatever it may be, is not able to sign, then any guardian who is having power of attorney, he can sign the return. HUF. In case of HUF, who will sign the return? Karta. If Karta is absent or is not able to sign, then who will sign the return? Adult. Now, you know how they have asked this 2-mark question once in exam? Karta was not present in India. In that case, the return of Sohan Lal HUF is to be signed by adult male member. Is it correct? It's not correct. If Karta is absent, any member can sign the return. It's not male member. So many times in HUF, the father is no more now. So the wife is senior. So she can sign definitely the HUF return and not their children. So Karta is absent from India, then any adult member of the family. In case of company, MD will file the return. where MD is unable to sign, any other director, where company is not resident in India, then any person who is, if it is a foreign company having a P in India and all, then whoever is having the valid power of attorney in India. When the company is in liquidation, then liquidator is appointed, official liquidator, he will sign or verify the return. In case company's management is taken over by government, then principal officer. This one is asked, and I feel more chances of getting this. Sometimes the person is not able to pay his debts and he has taken loan and all from banks, and his case goes to the insolvency and bankruptcy court. So when an application for corporate insolvency has been admitted under the adjudicating authority under insolvency and bankruptcy court, then insolvency professional who is appointed by such adjudicating authority. In case of banks and all, if there's a defaulter, bank will not do anything. They will appoint CA who are more than 10 years of practice and who have cleared this bankruptcy code exam. They will appoint them. So these are the property papers. This is the client. He has not paid the money to the bank. They will auction the property and hand over the money to the bank and remaining to the SSE with all interest calculation and close the case. So in these period, who is going to file the return for that SSE who has already gone into insolvency bankruptcy code? Insolvency professional. It's like a liquidator for a company, for a professional who is appointed. Clear? In case of partnership firm, the working or managing partner, if he is not there, any other partner, but not being minor, of course. Minor signature is of no value. LLB, limited liability partner, designated partner. If designated partner is not there, any other partner or any other person as the case may be. Local authority, principal officer. Political party, CEO. AOP, any person or principal officer. And any other case, any other person who is competent, is of sound mind and competent to act. Is this like an interclass revision? Yes, but still important. Clear or not? Tomorrow there's a holiday. We are not taking the class tomorrow. In between the week, I'll give one holiday, either Wednesday or Thursday. And Saturday compulsory is a holiday because Sunday you need to write exam. Okay, right now. When we feel we need to go at a different pace, I'll take classes on Saturday morning. Saturday, most of you are having holidays, so we can take the class in morning, and in case if you miss, you can same day the recording will be uploaded. But Saturday evening I don't want to take because that's the time you should be preparing for Sunday exam. Okay, na? So next topic after this we are doing is charitable trust. Actually, along with return, it is your assessment procedure, all best judgment and scrutiny and rectification of a mistake. In that one topic, section 147 is all amended. Income escaping assessment, पूरा amend हो चुका है वो. That will teach you all that, but बाद में करेंगे, trust के बाद. Any doubt? The more you respond or the more doubt you ask, it will be nice interactive class. All clear or not until now? Updated return and this. This is a small concept, 139 1C. You can just read and say it is all clear karke. Where, central government has specific power to exempt few people from filing the return. Okay. For example, non-resident. Non-resident, sometimes they have very limited income in India and all that TDS is deducted. Then we can exempt, no need to file the return. They have only one source of income, 115 C, and its TDS is deducted and all. Non-resident having income under 115 A and all. So these are cases wherein for NRI, TDS is deducted and we don't want them to pay more tax. We promised, okay, please come and invest in India NRI. We will just take TDS in the form of 5%. Then we can't say, wo TDS alag tha, come and file the return, pay 30% tax. No, he can be exempted. Provided he should not have any other income. NRI should not have other than these fixed incomes on which TDS is deducted. These topics we will do it in the non-resident. I'll give you a table for all this. 115A, AC on. TDS is deducted. So the first condition is NRI should not have any other income, and whatever income he is having, TDS is deducted. An exemption will not be available where a person has received notice under 142(1) or 148. Then you need to respond to the notice and you need to file the return, even if you are an NRI. 148 का notice तभी भेजते हैं when you have a doubt that income has escaped assessment and all, है ना? Right? So related to what we have done until now, simple questions are there. You read it and answer it in chat box, and some of you, if you are watching through mobile, not able to use chat box, तो ठीक है, unmute करके बोलो, लेकिन answer आप बोलोगे. Mr. Bide submit his return of income on 12/9/2023 for assessment year 23-24, consisting of income under the head house property and other source. Okay. So Bide submit his return September 23, consisting of income under house property and other source. ठीक है. On January 21st, January 24, this is 24. He realized that he had not claimed 80 TTA deduction. 80 TTA deduction is given to individuals, those who are having bank interest. You know, कभी कभी ऐसे लिंक करके लिंक देना चाहिए. I told you MCQs में in final also house property, business head, salary, TDS, deductions, all they will ask. And 80 TTA is like everyone will get it. We all get saving account interest and all, no? So 80 TTA is basically for interest, whatever bank interest you have got up to 10,000. So he missed taking 80 TTA and he has filed the return in September 23. Okay. He wants to revise the return since assessment year is not over. Financial year 20 to 23. Assessment year is March 24, end of the assessment year. तो अभी तक assessment year खत्म नहीं हुआ, तो he is saying I can file the revised return. Is he right in doing so? Discuss. Can he file the revised return? I want you all to please say the answer. ये लिखा आपने bank interest 80 TTA deduction is up to 10,000. Up to 10,000. I want you all to answer, please. Can he file the revised return in January 24? That is 24, huh? Change the date to 24. All of you should answer. Answer is no. Those who are saying yes, how you are saying yes? Tell me. What is your financial year? 22-23. What is your assessment year? 23-24. ये रहा. Last date of filing the return is belated भी. Due date to July 23 over है. But he has filed the return in September. Maybe he must be having audit and all. We don't know. But if he has missed out and if he wants to file the revised return, write the answer. Last date of revised return is December 2023. Is it correct or not? Revised return can be filed within 9 months from the end of the financial year till December 23. He wants to revise the return in January 24. Can he do so? No. And for this clerical mistake, can he file updated return? No, please. Updated return is not for clerical mistake. हाँ चलो अभी क्या है 2 साल तक updated return आराम से फाइल करेंगे. Updated return is only when you increase the income. Yes, then only. So he cannot file the return. Last date of revised return is December 23. He is willing to file the return. No, revised return cannot be filed. Can you please write the answer here? यहीं पे लिख दो. No, revised return cannot be filed. Over and out. Take your time, please. I don't want you to go wrong in exam. Clear? Or if you have some ifs and buts in your mind, confusion है तो पूछ लो. Kasif clear or not? All of you, check. Where Karta of HUF is absent from India, next question I am reading. Return of income can be signed by male members. See, I told you these kind of questions are coming. Is it true and false? It is false. Any adult member can file. Any adult member can file. ठीक है? It's not just it's not just male member, any member can file. That's simple. Consequences of not filing the return. If you don't file the return, you have to pay 234A interest from the due date till actual date of filing the return, 1% per month. Carry forward of losses is lost benefit. And 234F ka fees bhi lagega, 1000 or 5000 depending on total income. If you don't file return on time. If you don't file the return at all, then can the department do best judgment assessment under 144? We asked you to file the return, you did not file. Someone must be thinking, ma'am, they can go for scrutiny. Scrutiny tab hoti hai jab aap return file karo. Sometimes your due dates are over, but through notice, department said file the return and you file the return. Can they take it for scrutiny? Yes. But in spite of giving the notice 142 and you're not filing the return, can they do best judgment? Yes. And they can put all penalties, prosecution, all. Okay. This is one time asked question, but very scoring in your exam for 2 marks. TRP, I call it tax return prepare. I just say this orally very fast in my own way and it will be very clear to all of you. TRP. What is TRP? Tax return preparers. Okay? Tax return preparers. कौन है ये tax return preparers? So we have this kind in the GST also, and this is also one of the flop scheme. They say, government is saying that if there are graduates to whom they will give some specific training with association with like NIIT and all, and they will be called as certified TRPs, tax return preparers. You can call them, you can share your data, and at a very reasonable rate, they will help you file your return. So then definitely why I will trust a TRP? Better I will go to my known advocate or a chartered accountant or cost accountant or whoever is in practice. Why I would trust a TRP कि मेरी इतनी income है तुम tax calculate करो. Because when I'm filing regularly, I am a chartered accountant and 23 years, 2000 I qualified, it's 2023 now. I'm not filing my own return. Until now, I have not filed. I'm into teaching and expert in this online में कौन सा column भरना है, क्या करना है. No, that is not, you cannot be expert in all the field. So when I'm filing return with a CA, he's actually filing my return since last 23 years. 13 returns of all my family member is filing. So he does lot of tax planning and inter-file adjustment also. इसको जरूरत है यहाँ से यहाँ लो. Why I will do all that with an outsider? Tell me. So that's what is TRP. Achha, government itself says, the act itself says, TRP cannot help you file your return if your books of accounts are audited. Audit हो रहा है तो करोड़ के ऊपर तो turnover है तो you will do the tax audit with a CA. He will only file your return. TRPs are not allowed. So this is all simple detail. Who can be the TRP? I feel this topic is R for reading, but read it so beautifully once you are able to answer in exam. R for reading. TRP refers to individual, not any firm and all. मैम हम ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स मिलके टीआरपी करेंगे ऐसा नहीं होता इंडिविजुअल 139B TRP cannot be a CA legal practitioner officer of the bank or employee of specified class. TRP cannot prepare return of companies. Companies, they have lot of compliances. CSR करना है, ये करना है, वो करना है. तो कंपनी का रिटर्न टीआरपी कैनॉट फाइल एंड they cannot file the return for tax audit cases. Star market very important for exam. Who cannot be a TRP and with whom? What kind of SSP TRP is not allowed? ऐसे कौन से SSP है जो TRP के पास नहीं जा सकते? Companies and person whose accounts are required to be audited. Scheme. CBDT is empowered to frame a scheme for enabling furnishing of return and all. Duty of the tax return preparer. It shall assist the person furnishing the return in manner specified and on signature के साथ. Scheme की share TRP how they will do code of conduct. TRP को promise देते हैं. They should not share one data with another. What should be their qualification, duties? All this will be decided by the CBDT under a scheme. Now this is a nice question. Hetal, are you getting small concepts, small questions we are doing? This was related to signature. Now this is related to the TRP. Hetal, an individual engaged, this is a past exam question as it is I have taken. Engaged in the business of beauty parlor, has got books of accounts of March 22, they have given 23, audited, and her total income is 270. She wants to file the return with a TRP. Can she? Immediate answer in the chat box. Can she file the return with a TRP? Yes or no? Good. No, because her books of accounts are audited, and in case of audit and in case of companies, you cannot go for TRP. Okay. Last part for today, that is permanent account number. It's your registration number with department. Whenever you file return, code PAN. Whenever someone is deducting TDS, code PAN. Whenever you are deducting TDS, TCS, code PAN. So PAN card is like your identity with your income tax department. Like in India, what is our identity? Aadhaar, election card, है ना? तो वैसे PAN card is a 10-digit alphanumeric number in unique number given to every SSE. Sometimes I am an SSE, Mr. A. And Mr. A is also Karta of HUF, Mr. A HUF. Can he get 2 PAN? Answer is yes. One is he himself laminated blue colored card with photograph, date of birth, all. Another is for his HUF, PAN card will come and Mr. A will only sign, but that PAN card will not have any photograph because it's a PAN card of firm or PAN card of HUF. किसका फोटो डालेंगे? वो वर्किंग पार्टनर करता है, ये सब चेंज होते रहते ना. Clear or not? So it's a 10-digit alphanumeric number. One person can have one PAN card. By mistake, if you quote wrong PAN, duplicate PAN, do PAN, 10,000 rupees flat penalty. Who is required to obtain PAN? MCQs. 2 questions we are going to answer in the next 15 minutes. Who is required to obtain the PAN? And next is, if you have the PAN, where do you need to use it? So who is required to have PAN? Any person who is accessible to tax either in respect of his own income or other person before 31st May of assessment year. So 31st March 23 के बाद 31st May 2023 का If I am accessible to tax, I am liable to pay tax, I am liable to file return, I should have my registration number with department, and that is PAN card. Any person whose turnover is likely to cross 5 lakhs. इसमें तो सब आ गए, ma'am. A small pan dabba will be having a turnover of 5 lakhs. Yes or no? Small lid cap wala, small shop, bakery, they will be having annual turnover of 5 lakhs. Should they have PAN card? Answer is yes. And you know how they have made it? When you do business, you need GST registration. So GST registration is a 15-digit number in which first pen digit or PAN card. Pehle PAN la. Export import license. Pehle PAN leke aao. So there are so many other things when PAN is required. TDS TCS. If you don't give your PAN details, instead of 5%, I will deduct TDS at 20%. नो मैम 20% काट लिए, उतना मेरा टैक्स ही नहीं है, मेरे को रिफंड आता, मेरे को मुश्किल होता, तो फिर पैन दो, गिव योर डिटेल्स. Any person who's required to file the return, trust and all, they should have PAN. Any person who wants to register for GST and custom, applying for PAN card is mandatory in all the cases by year ending, except here 31st of May. ठीक है? Apart from this, more cases are added. These 4 are the same. I have repeated. If you are accessible to income, if your turnover exceeds 5 lakh, if your taxable income exceeds 250, and every person who is a director, partner, trustee, author, karta, and all of all these 3. If it is a partnership firm, जिसका turnover 5 lakh से ज़्यादा है, so should the partnership firm have PAN card? Yes. Then their working partner should also have. If mine is a company, am I liable to get PAN card? Yes. Then I am the MD of my company. Yes. Trust को exemption लेने के लिए registration करना है. Trust should have a PAN card. Then only they can get ATG permission from Chief Commissioner. You give ATG certificate and all. So when trust is registered and trust is having the PAN card, then related to trust, who is all the karta dharta, all who is doing all the work? Trustee should also have. That's why trustee, director, or in case of LLP, designated partner should have the PAN card. Okay? They can specify other people who should get for the purpose of collecting information and all. It is, through just clicking of the PAN, and I told you in your 26 AS, things are auto-dropped. The assessing officer, having regard to nature of transaction as may be prescribed, may also allot PAN to any other person. Any person other than person mentioned 1 to 4 may apply to the AO for allotment of PAN, and AO shall allot a PAN to such person. PAN should be 10-digit alphanumeric, and it is mandatory to quote the PAN on all the returns, challans, documents. Chalan means when you pay tax, chalan 280, 281 and all. Tab quote karo, return file karo, TDS, TCS. Whatever is your communication with the department, it is through your PAN. Yes. Every person receiving income or amount from which TDS is deducted and all should have PAN. I told you, otherwise TDS is deducted at higher rate. Any person who does not have PAN should give a declaration in form number 60. Iska practical example hai opening bank account. See, you all are at very young age. All of you, do you have a bank account? Have you opened the bank account when you were minor? Ma'am, तब तो PAN card नहीं था, कैसे खोला? पप्पा ने जहां जहां बोला, जहां क्रॉस मार्क है वहां सिग्नेचर करना. पढ़ो तो सही. When you open a bank account without PAN card, which is mandatory, but if you don't have a PAN, you are giving a declaration, you are signing a declaration to whomsoever it may concern. I'm not having PAN in form number 60 and all. But if you have the PAN and if you are hiding, penalty. Where a person entering in above transaction is a minor and he does not have the PAN, he can use the PAN card of father, because anyhow minor's return is filed by the parent. But still, can minor apply for the PAN card? Answer is yes, he can apply. PAN ka pura, and when he becomes major, same PAN, he can give his photograph and submit the original PAN and get the new PAN. My PAN card was with my maternal surname, Dipti Chheda I was. And then when I came here, I had to apply for the PAN along with my marriage certificate, and I got my PAN changed, Dipti Chheda. So, but can I have two PAN cards? No, it's a fraud. One person should have only one PAN card. If there's a change in address, change in the nature of business and all, you need to intimate in form number 49A and all, and you will get. These are all procedural things. R for reading. ऐसे reading लिखने से you will be clear. Because few things are like ऐसे पढ़ना है पूरा घुस के. Every person shall quote PAN and Aadhaar. Required to furnish PAN. If you don't want your TDS to be deducted at higher rate, definitely I'm telling you, you have to give. I am deducting TDS on, say, interest or something at 1%. But if you don't give your PAN details, aapka TDS I'm giving to government and I have to give you certificate. And in your account, this much tax will be auto drop. Deepti ma'am gave you 10 rupees, 1 rupee she deposited with government, gave you 9 rupees and 1 rupee TDS. But PAN to hona chahiye na to correlate. If not, I will deduct the TDS at 20%. Simple. Okay. Rule 114BA has been inserted from this 10.5 and all. This is recently added, so I've just printed as it is and mark it important for MCQs. Again, some limit are. You remember 4 more limits they have added who should file the return? Huh? 4 more limits. We have done it yesterday. Like that, they have added this also. Is my speed fine? ये topic काफी practical है, सबको मालूम है. Every person who intends to deposit in cash one or more account with a bank, cooperative society or cooperative bank or a post office, if cash deposit or aggregate of cash deposit during a financial year are 20 lakhs or more. You want to deposit in a bank, in a cooperative bank, cooperative banks, they work for the benefit of their members, or post office. More any account. You want to deposit more than 20 lakhs cash, aisa nahi ki saving hai na. At least 7 days before the date on which they intend to deposit cash over 20 lakhs, they should have the PAN card. Every person who intends to withdraw cash from the bank or the cooperative bank or the post office, if the cash withdrawal from such account is 20 lakhs or more, same within 7 days before the date you wish to withdraw cash over 20 lakhs. You've already withdrawn 18 lakhs. Next, if you want to withdraw 3 lakh, the bank will say, sorry, will not allow you. First, give your PAN details. So, PAN to apply karna padega. It's very easy nowadays to get the PAN card. Online sub details dalo and it comes in courier within a week. Any person who intends to open current account or cash credit account with a banking company or a cooperative bank or post office at least 7 days before the date on which he intends to open. So you want to open a current account? In current account, you have CC facility. You can overdraw the current account more than what is the balance and all. So if you want to open a current account, you should have PAN card. Then only they will open. Or you want to withdraw the cash more than 20 lakhs or deposit the cash more than 20 lakhs, not on a single day. These limits are throughout the year. अभी तक 18 lakhs cash withdraw कर लिया, किसी ने कुछ नहीं पूछा. Next 3 lakh I want to withdraw. They're saying, sorry sir, you cannot withdraw. You give us your PAN details first. Take your time to read this table because this is new thing. And correlate कि return में भी ऐसे क्या क्या changes आए आपके लिए. I might exceed 10 minutes because I want to finish this topic. So if you are getting too late for your dinner time and all, you can leave and check the recording. If not, we'll continue. Yeah, please check once, no, कि what are the cases कि जहां आपको compulsory आज ना हमको अपडेटेड रिटर्न में we took time because it's new and new. These are the cases. If your turnover exceeds 60 lakhs, file the return. Gross receipts exceed 10 lakhs. TDS, TCS कटा है तो करो. Deposit more than 50 lakhs in any of the saving account. तो 50 लाख से ज्यादा अगर आप डिपॉजिट करते हैं सेविंग अकाउंट में कैश, you have to file the return. And here the 20 lakhs limit is cash withdrawal or cash deposit in any of the accounts, or simply you just want to open a current account. Yeah, read this now once, just 1 second. Yeah. Chalo, let us go to the next topic very quickly, dear students. Quoting of PAN is mandatory. I will discuss one 4 marks question tomorrow. आज ये पढ़ो list और इसको ऐसे ही याद रखना है. I know it's very difficult to buttify, but there are some common things. Acha, what did you answer right now, dear students? Who should apply for PAN card? If your turnover is exceeding 5 lakh, if your income is above basic exemption, or you are liable to file the return, then in that case, trustees and all should also have the PAN card. Now, where you need to quote it, sale or purchase of motor vehicle other than two-wheeler. So four-wheeler, if you buy and sell, you need to have PAN. I remember I went for car registration in my name. I was having Aadhaar. I was having election card. They didn't accept. I had to come back home from RTO office, take my original PAN and then go again. So for sure, it's important. Opening of an account other than time deposits, that is FDs, and a basic saving account. So if you want to open other accounts with bank lockers, all these, they will ask for PAN. Making an application to banking company for issue of debit card, credit card, to open a demat account for share trading. Restaurant bills and above, if you want to pay in cash above 50,000. You need to give them PAN because they have to report in annual information system. Hotel will report in AIS that this is the list of the customer who have made more than 50,000 bill for birthday parties and anniversaries on a single day, that too in cash. And then they will cross check. Oh, Dipti ma'am, you are showing drawing 30,000, but in Park Hyatt you have already spent 60,000 in single day birthday party. So like this is the importance. In connection with travel, you have made payment in cash above 50,000 to travel agent. If you have purchased mutual fund units above 50,000, debentures and all above 50,000, payment to RBI for acquiring bonds above 50,000, deposit with banking company, cooperative bank and all, cash deposit exceeding 50,000, purchase of bank drafts or pay orders or banker's check, payment in cash exceeding 50,000. ठीक है? If you are purchasing bank मतलब डीडी बना रहे हैं, ओके, 50,000 के ऊपर कैश देके. Time deposit, FDs you have made in bank and all, NBFC amount exceeding 50,000 or aggregate more than 5 lakh. You have made 10,000 rupees FD, but total FDs you have made is above 5 lakh. You need to have the PAN card. Payment for one or more prepaid instruments. Okay, as defined in policy guidelines for RBI and all. Payment in cash, all prepaid instruments, demand draft banate hain, travelers check banate hain, pay orders. Pay on order more than 50,000. Premium if you have paid more than 50,000. So until now, did you get all share trading, all mutual fund, bonds, restaurant bills, all the limit is 50,000 in cash. Now, for sale or purchase of securities other than shares, if you have purchased above 1 lakh, whatever you remember, it's okay. Otherwise, leave it in an open way. You will surely be able to do it exam. Don't worry. Sale or purchase of shares of a company not listed above 1 lakh. Sale or purchase of immovable property above 10 lakh, or stamp duty. Book value of the property which I have sold is 8 lakhs, but stamp duty value is 13 lakh. Do I need to have PAN? और PAN के बिना तो property transfer वैसे ही नहीं होगा. There are other things also. And what is not covered in 1 to 17? Everything is covered in 18. They say sale or purchase of any goods or service other than 1 to 17 exceeding 2 lakh. You know, suppose you go to a gold shop and you purchase the gold of 3 lakh rupees. Okay. So now you say, sir, give me the bill if I have purchased the gold for 3 lakh rupees. If you purchase more than 2 lakhs, they will ask for what? PAN card details. जीएसटी भी लगाएंगे. अब बिना जीएसटी के इलीगल खरीद रहे हो आप कैश ले जाके एंड दे आर एक्सेप्टिंग, तो यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. फिर जब रेड होगी ऑल दैट यू विल बी हेल्ड अप. बट राइट नाउ आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? If I purchase the goods from anyone above 2 lakhs, I should have PAN card. Or if I sell above 2 lakhs to anyone, I should have PAN card. Anything. Any goods and services other than 1 to 70. Because if you are buying unlisted shares and all, तो 1 lakh की limit है. Property के लिए 10 lakhs की limit है. Right. Okay. This is a repetition. If you don't have PAN, you have to give form number 60 and all. ये घर में पढ़ना एक बार. In following cases, PAN is not mandatory if you are just having agricultural income. Okay. Or your required PAN for avoiding higher TDS, not to apply for non-corporate, non-resident foreign. Can you say to NRI, oh, you want to invest in India, TDS katega, PAN lao. Arey, NRI can do all the things with other proof. They have that, citizenship certificate, passport. So no need for PAN card for an NRI. No need for PAN card if you just have agricultural income. माइनर को भी जरूरत नहीं है ना. नॉन रेसिडेंट दे डोंट नीड, दे कैन गो विथ their mail ID, other details, citizenship certificate and all, passport ka xerox and all. Specified fund required to furnish such details received from non-resident. Yes. ये कुछ details, NRI, if they invest in your company, you only maintain the detail, but you cannot ask NRI to have PAN card, है ना. एनआरआई को हम नहीं बोल सकते कि आप जाके पैन कार्ड लेके आओ. एनआरआई इज ऑलरेडी गिविंग यू वॉट एवर इज हैविंग द सिटीजनशिप सर्टिफिकेट और वॉट एवर दैट इज ऑलरेडी गिविंग यू. Okay. Quoting of PAN and Aadhaar is left penalty. So I have told you, and 26 and some more questions are also there. I want to discuss all these questions also. But like this, you can do as homework. This is a very nice question. A lot of chances of asking. This is homework. If you can do and come now, we can discuss it at a faster pace. Questions I'm not taking. You check and do all. I'm just completing this part. Okay. So now we are clear with who should have PAN and where they should quote. Now you know that under section 139 AA, quoting of Aadhaar is mandatory. Linking of Aadhaar and PAN is mandatory. If you have PAN, if you have Aadhaar, link it. If you have PAN, if you don't have Aadhaar, give us ki you have applied for Aadhaar proof. So many times it's reversed. SSC is having Aadhaar. Then it is, automatic mode that you have applied for PAN, you are assumed to apply it and government will directly issue you the PAN card. Followed or not. Every person who is required to obtain Aadhaar shall quote Aadhaar. Quoting of Aadhaar is mandatory. Intimating Aadhaar to authority. Since 2019 they are giving. Abhi bhi date postpone ho gaya. Aadhaar and PAN linking last date was March 23. Now it is June 23. If you don't give your Aadhaar details, the PAN allotted shall be deemed to be invalid. And as if you don't have PAN, they will put all the penalties. Again, PAN will become operative when you give the Aadhaar details. Are you getting? You need to give the Aadhaar details. If not, your PAN will become inoperative. This point is important. Aadhaar is not mandatory in following cases. Individuals residing in Jammu and Kashmir. You know now Jammu and Kashmir and Leh Ladakh have been separated. Northeastern countries, Assam, Meghalaya. यहाँ पे आधार होना ही बहुत मुश्किल है. It's not like actually it is India only, but these are like deserted areas. So Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Meghalaya, it is not mandatory to give Aadhaar and PAN, otherwise your PAN will become. Non-residents are not going to have Aadhaar. Individual is of 80 years of above at any time during the year, not necessary to give the other details. An individual who is not a citizen of India. He's no longer a citizen of India. He's staying in USA, having green card over there. Aadhaar is not mandatory. Clear? Interchangeability of Aadhaar and PAN. Every person, please have an overview of this. Read it. It's enough. No one is going to ask you word-to-word questions. And which is very important, where I'm doing star mark like this point, they can ask, do it. Like in this, all this is reading. कहीं अगर मैंने स्टार मार्क किया है ये, तो ये important है. Every person who is required to furnish or intimate or quote his PAN may furnish or intimate Aadhaar, and if he has not filed and has been quoted PAN, okay, every person receives and give both entering prescribed transaction on. ठीक है ना. PAN और आधार आपको लिंक करना पड़ेगा. If you don't link, mark it very important. Last year it was different and there's a change in this. CBDT is inserted to provide that if a person fails to link Aadhaar and PAN by 31st March 23 karo, then there is a penalty or fee of 500 if you link it by June 23. And if you link after the June 23, then the penalty is 1000. But अब तो डेट ही जून कर दिया, तो मैम मार्च की जगह जून में लिंक किया तो will you have to pay 500 penalty? No, because it was last date, then fine. Now last date is only. If you quote wrong PAN or knowingly intimating a wrong number or quoting wrong PAN in your returns and all, in all the cases PAN related, the penalty is 10,000. I'm going to teach you many penalties, कहीं 100, कहीं 10,000. तो उतने याद नहीं रहते, तो ऐसे घुस के पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. Literally, this is the feedback from last batch who have qualified CMA. There are so many things like in transfer pricing. CA students have in-depth range concept. You don't have all that. So don't scratch your head unnecessary. I know it's good to learn all the things. I'm giving you a lot of practical knowledge, but which is like very brain draining and irrelevant. For example, leave that. Last part for today. 26 AS statement is a statement where all your details are auto dropped. And this is being very important as theory question. Along with annual information statement, they cross check this. So whenever you file your return, you should cross check कि रिटर्न में क्या बताया और एएस में ऑटो ड्रॉप क्या हुआ है. 26 एएस no one enters, this is auto dropped, आपके अकाउंट में आ जाता है. Like if you have deducted TDS in my account, TDS deducted by student and वो reflect हो जाएगा. If my GST turnover is 30 lakhs and monthly I am filing GST return, auto drop. So what all detail will be there in 26? Yes, advanced tax, self-assessment tax, regular tax, tax paid through TDS, TCS, refund issued by the department, information received from various other agencies, specified financial transaction. I am calling it as annual information statement. Same, SFT AIS. You can write annual information statement and details of the GSTR turn. Are you all clear? Your tax, your TDS, your GST turnover, your refunds, and other details. High value transactions, if you have done, it will all be auto track. Like credit card से 10 लाख से ज्यादा पेमेंट किया, इतना कितना शॉपिंग कर लिया आपने, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होगा. ठीक है? So these questions are pending. 100% put your effort, and while reading the question, if you feel no, I'm not clear about it, go and read the provision. Finish off this chapter now. Tomorrow is a holiday, isko pura complete karo. Day after tomorrow, 15 minutes, I will take this return of income, and then we are starting with charitable trust. Okay. I took a lot of time to explain actually updated return in my way. Then I've read everything. Then I made you write notes, because my guessing is they will ask you at least 2 to 3 marks. Bada nahi to chota question. So and so has filed the return and they are willing to update. Can they? Yes. But so and so's case has gone for raid, or it has already assessment is pending. Can they go for updated return? No. So yes, no juggling they can ask you. Okay. So I hope the classes are clear, and gear up, bring your calculators. We are going to solve a lot of problems for charitable trust. Compulsory one practical question comes for 7 marks. And you should score full marks in that. We will do it in the next class. Okay, Sunday syllabus is clear, to prepare for that also. How the class should close, some of them when I say, okay, that's all for today, cut karke you leave the class. These are energies and they should vibrate today. In my offline class, when I close the class and I say thank you, it's not that I want to get all your thank yous. It is when in your heart you feel thank you for sharing this knowledge. I'm saying thank you to you all for trusting me as a teacher and allowing me last 2 hours, say, tak, whatever best way I can help you. So you are sitting, it takes a lot of patience to learn this kind of online classes. So, always let us end the class with thank you from both the ways. Today, more than 70 plus students were there in interclass. And when I said, that's all for today's class, headphones nikal ke, it's an offline class, mic ko ek sab chal raha hai. As I stood up, they also stood up and a loud thank you, and we closed the class. So I feel that should be the energy in online class. When you do that, as a student, you are going to write exam in another 3 months. Exactly 3 months. You should vibrate at a higher level. No environment, nothing background can disturb you. You and your goal and your degree and your plan. Have you all made a super duper plan after that workshop? You can do it. And I hope you are implementing. Anywhere you are stuck up, just imbibe that ideal qualities all you have written. And if you still have need anything to be discussed, always welcome. That's all for today's class, and thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye all of you.